But first, the dramatic increase in the use of mobile speed cameras on our roads. In one state alone, the number of sites where they operate is set to jump from just under 150 to around 3,000. That's a 20-fold increase, again fueling the debate that they're primarily being used to raise revenue.
Unscrupulous money-raising outfit.
We're going to get ripped off.
Disgusting. Us taxpayers have to pay for it.
Another sneaky way to raise revenue, I think.
The government has been banging on about speed cameras for years, denying their revenue raisers and saying their role is simply to save lives. But these official documents prove otherwise, show the number of fatalities isn't decreasing at all. In fact, the number of road deaths is actually increased.
They don't want you to slow down, they want to fine you.
In the first 6 months of 2010, that's pre the new mobile speed cameras, on average 8 people died on New South Wales roads per week. After they were introduced, in the period from August to October, that number spikes up to around 10 people, an increase on average of 2 fatalities per week. In the same RTA document, another admission. The benefits of mobile speed cameras appear to be waning. And yet today, despite that information, confirmation the number of mobile speed camera locations is about to explode.
Terrible. How can they do that?
Once they introduced them, it didn't reduce any accidents or any fatalities on the road, so no point in putting more in.
But they are. In New South Wales alone, the number of spots where you can be booked will skyrocket from 144 to between 2,000 and 3,000. That's an increase of over 1,000%.
You think about up to 3,000 locations, you've got Buckley's chance of figuring out where a car is going to be.
Recently, it was also confirmed the number of actual cameras is increasing from 6 to 40. Opposition road spokesman Andrew Stoner can understand why drivers are fed up.
If the government really wanted to make drivers slow down, they'd have put bigger warning signs in place so that they would actually see the camera car well ahead of time and slow down.
But the signage calls are falling on deaf ears. In another secret memo, it's stated by not providing advance warning, the driver will not be able to slow down at the camera. So less warning equals more tickets.
These can get you from 8 metres off the side of the road, so they can be parked in a service station or in a park or in some sort of car park, still be getting 4 lanes of traffic. They can get you from up to 400 metres away, and they can get you in both directions.
Those are some of the most hated men in the country. People are calling you all sorts of names. Do you feel like a victim?
I can't comment about that. Can't comment.
The RTA is well aware of the angst these cameras cause drivers. To protect their operators who sit inside the car at all times, the agency now uses removable magnetic signs. This way they can be taken off and the car's not identified by angry motorists while moving between locations.
How's the speed enforcement going today?
Not too bad, thanks.
Not too bad? How many people have you managed to get?
I can't give you that information. You'll have to contact the media unit from the RTA.
All right.
Defensive driving instructor Ian Luff feels the road safety message is being lost.
I believe speed cameras in certain areas in black spots very much save lives, but I think overkilling it by putting them around there can be seen as revenue raising.
Exactly where the new 3,000 locations will be is yet to be disclosed, but many fear they won't just be in known black spots.
We've had feedback from a lot of motorists that have said that they've been unfairly pinged for a speed camera that's in a spot that's not considered to be dangerous.
Recently, Macquarie Bank launched a $300 million takeover of Redflex, the company that runs many fixed and mobile cameras across the country.
In my view, it doesn't sit well, and I don't think it'll sit well with the public.
Defence lawyer Peter Proctor believes private companies shouldn't be enforcing speed zones.
The government tells us that speed cameras are there to save lives. They must think we're fools when we look at these commercial considerations that are taking place.
This year, speed cameras in New South Wales alone will generate $507 million.
All we can do is protest, but I don't think it's going to change the government's mind as to how they operate what we might call policing.
If the deal is approved, Macquarie Bank will take control in June. Sydney Morning Herald business editor Michael West warns not to expect any grace periods.
Clearly, they think they can make a lot more money out of Redflex in the future.
The additional 34 cameras are already being rolled out, and you can bet they won't waste any time putting them to work.
They'll be looking to start recouping as much of that $300 million investment as possible, as early as possible.
And if you've had any issues with speed cameras, let us know. Well, if you're one of the 3 million Australians living with arthritis,